for long-term gain.
Some local butchers are already seeing increased demand for cheaper cuts of meat. One butcher has brought in a chef to help shoppers with recipes and cooking techniques for value cuts of beef. Governor General Mary Simon hopes the return of priceless Inuit items from the Vatican collection will inspire the return of more artifacts. The pieces returned to Canada this week include a kayak that's more than a century old. They were among thousands of items sent to Rome by Catholic missionaries for an exhibit organized by Pope Pius XI in 1925. Simon says the artifacts were separated too long from the Indigenous communities to whom they belong. In sports, the Calgary Flames will try to stretch their win streak to 4 games tonight. They're hosting the Detroit Red Wings. Toronto Raptors lost their 4th in a row, 117-101 to the New York Knicks. Breaking news when it happens. Our next scheduled news at 8:30.
It's the Morning Brew with Andrew Schultz on KOR Calgary 770.
Here you go, 8:07 on your Wednesday morning, Wednesday, December 10th. Thank you so much for taking us along for the ride with you. The Morning Brew and, of course, QRCalgary.com, our online companion. Exclusive chances to win. Just click on the contests tab at the top of the page, and you can stream us live anywhere across the globe at QRCalgary.com. Currently, -8, mainly cloudy, bit of a wind chill bite, about -13 degrees, and you've heard it in the weather all morning. Keep that snow brush handy. Keep that shovel handy, as we're going to see a fresh top up of snow through the overnight period. 'Tis the season of giving, and that's why we're spending time at the Morning of Giving down here at Blue Flame Kitchen at Atco Park, 5302 Forend Street Southwest. You can pop on by with that new unwrapped gift. It can be a household item or, of course, some electronics, or hop online. magicofchristmas.org. Now, of course, it is the season, and that's why we like to check in with our good friends from the Calgary Food Bank to talk about where they're at, how you as a Calgarian can make a difference for those who need a little help through the holiday season. Melissa Fromm is CEO of the Calgary Food Bank and joins us once again on the program. How you doing, Melissa?
I'm doing so great. This is a really fun place to be this morning. I don't feel like anybody should be driving to work. I think they should be driving here right now.
Drive here, park the car, take the day, and then when the boss says what happened, you can say Melissa Fromm, the CEO of the food bank, said to not going to work. And now let's talk about the need this time of the year. And I always say, and it might be cliche, working in the media for a few decades, is the fact that we really focus, maybe come mid-November, right through till the end of December. It should really very much be a 365-day-a-year thing. But the impact this year felt a little bit more, I would think, with Calgary families, Melissa.
Yeah, it's been a rough year. It's been a rough couple of years. And that makes it even more challenging because it's like a compounding effect. And we've really had 5 years of significant inflation on food cost. Yeah. And we've had inflation across everything, but food has been above the average inflation level. Yeah. And that is hitting Calgarians, it's hitting Albertans, it's hitting Canadians really hard.
It's funny, every time we talk to the financial folks, they talk about, this rate going down. Food remains steady. Yeah. If not, it's bumped up a bit. And so I think, and the other thing is, it's not a one-size-fits-all in our city. So some folks out there may be skating along just fine, whereas others who've never struggled before as a family or an individual are against it today.
Yeah, and the devil's in the details. And for us at the Calgary Food Bank, our fastest growing demographic is, for lack of better words, working poor. So 27% of our clients have full-time jobs, but those are full-time jobs that are paying them less than $19.84 an hour, which is putting them below the low-income cutoff, which is a federal standard of poverty. Wow. And so we have 27% of the households that come to the Calgary Food Bank, 800 households a day, have jobs. They're paying the mortgage. They're paying for heating their homes. They're paying their insurance. They're paying their car payments. And at the end of the month, that bottom line, that variable line in most of our budgets, which is the food line, is just completely eaten away by those other fixed costs.
Incredible. And you put it in terms of 27%. If you break it down and bring that up to, basically 3 out of 10 at this point, just less than 30%. I want to talk about this because a lot of folks out there, and I know that in Calgary, we're great at having food drives, even starting in the school level for the food bank. But I do remember it was always strictly that non-perishable food item list. And for those folks who've not donated in the past little while, this isn't your grandma's or grandpa's food bank anymore because the fresh stuff. Can you break down the parameters surrounding the fresh and how somebody can get those into the hands of the food bank to make that difference?
Yeah, it's we definitely need those non-perishable items, and they help to fill out the hamper, and people need those pantry staples.
Yeah.
And that's really what we collect from the public, because we don't want you putting chicken breast or tomatoes on the vine in a donation bin and having those go bad. That said, for those folks who are coming to the Calgary Food Bank today, they are going to receive between 7 and 10 days worth of food, and it is based on the Canada Food Guide, and it will be 30% fresh produce, 30% protein. There's about 10% that's those dairy items, and then the rest is those pantry staples and those grains that we're so familiar with. But in order to do that, in order for us to be able to provide a really healthy, well-balanced diet to people, we need cash donations.
Yeah.
Because we purchase the protein, we purchase the dairy, and this time of year, unfortunately, we purchase a lot of the produce too.
Yeah. And we call this event that we're at the morning of giving for the magic of Christmas. I'm glad that the food bank popped by, and I'm happy to have you here with us, Melissa. But at the same time, the magic that you folks can do with the dollars that are given to you, it goes further than the dollars I would spend. Can you work out that formula for us? Because you do some great stuff.
Yeah, for us, it's close to about every dollar donated to us is about $3.50 that we can get out the door. And that's our corporate partnerships and our purchasing power and all of those other things that kind of feed into that scenario. But the other sort of statistic that I think is really important for Calgarians to know is that for every dollar donated to the Calgary Food Bank, we are saving the taxpayer. We're saving the Alberta government, our municipal government. I know Mr. Farkas was here earlier this morning talking $9.84. And that's because there is so much emergency services and social services tied to food insecurity. Folks end up in mental health care. Folks end up having challenges with law enforcement or in the hospital. And so we're preventing that by making sure they have food.
That's a side that I've never thought of, Melissa. I appreciate you bringing that to our attention. Before we let you go, I know that there are people, we talked about the non-perishable items and the perishable. When it comes to those non-perishable items, and I'm at the grocery store, and I only have time to grab a few items, or maybe I'm on a budget, what are a few of the staples we can throw in the bag to drop off before we leave the grocery store? A lot of them have the bins up for the food bank, or drop off at the food bank themselves.
The great thing, Andy, is that about a year ago, we launched Client Choice at the Calgary Food Bank. So not only are we now going to tell you what items we need, but these are the items our clients are choosing.
Oh, great.
And what they really like is rice, canned tomatoes, pasta, and always thinking of our littlest Calgarians, baby formula, which has doubled in price in 5 years.
Yikes.
Doubled in price. And diapers.
Fantastic, and I appreciate that. It's kind of like, I love it, going to the source and finding out what they like. And the items you mentioned all go a long way and can create meals that last beyond a day or two. Fantastic, Melissa. Thank you for your time this morning. Appreciate it. We'll direct people who have more questions to calgaryfoodbank.com. Melissa, happy holidays to you. Thank you so
Andy.
much.
So good
Appreciate
to be here.
it. Yes, Melissa Fromm, CEO of the Calgary Food Bank, online at calgaryfoodbank.com.